It's like a boat It may magical. All you gotta do is believe in yourself, and everything will change. You got the power, believing, so wonderful. Feel the magic coming out from your heart. Everything is possible. It's a higher energy. It's a higher energy. It's a believing you're magical. All you gotta do is believe in yourself, and everything will change. You got the power, believing, so wonderful. Feel the magic coming out from your heart. Everything is possible. It's a higher energy. This is the power of Winx.
Hello YouTube, this is Melantart VA. And
And this is Sakuya Amano. Sorry about that. Was having a little bit of technical difficulty with my mic.
no, that's okay. And also,
I swear, I swear, when your microphone feels like an IRL boss fight.
anyway guys, welcome to our live discussion of Winx Club. We've recently been getting back into it, and despite a certain controversial thing that we are not going to discuss in this video. Am I right, Sakia? We agreed we're not going to talk about it. We'll do a review of it after we react to the 6 episodes over on Patreon.
Yep.
Alright, so anyway.
For the sake of our sanity, of course.
Yeah, for the sake of our sanity.
Because the last either of us want is to be hauled away in a straitjacket. You know, and be on the news as the cackling maniac who got arrested and put in the loony bin.
Yep, however, thankfully somebody we trust did finally get back to me so we can start the reactions, I think Monday at the earliest.
Yeah, on our Patreon, of course.
Of course. But anyway, like, with Winx Club, like, I think the earliest, most millennials, like both of us actually remember it, is with the 4Kids dub over on the Fox Box on Saturday mornings. I caught most episodes when I could, but I think season 3 or season 2 was when I started slowly falling out of it.
As for me, I was kind of a casual fan growing up, but I kind of had like different interests. I was more into like DBZ, Hamtaro, stuff like that.
Yeah, but like Hamtaro is its own discussion to be had another
Well, yeah,
day.
but you know what I'm saying.
Yes, I
Or
do.
like I also love like Samurai Jack, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. However, like after season 3, the license with 4Kids kind of expired, and Winx Club kind of faded into obscurity for several years until the folks over at, can I say this?
Go ahead.
Until the folks over at Fuckalodian. Thank you, Unicorn of War, for that joke.
Right.
Oh.
See, I was gonna say, thank you, Unicorn. We love you, dude.
Oh yeah, the guy's fantastic, guys. Watch Unicorn of War's Winx Club video. The guy is heavily informed on what he's talking about. Probably more than us, because I'm more of a lore vacuum, not a behind the scenes vacuum.
True.
However, thankfully, Nickelodeon, as much as they kind of fucked Winx Club over, they did thankfully bring it back in the U.S. conscious mind with those who didn't want to watch the Cineloom dub, aka Right English, on YouTube, because unfortunately at the start some of those voice actors were kind of meh.
Yeah, their delivery was off.
Yeah, like, would you say it's like Lonnie Manella Sonic Adventure 2 levels of bad delivery, or?
In cases, I'd say it was almost like the first 2 worlds level of voice acting at points.
Fair enough. Oh, fair enough. Especially with Bloom. Bloom, I think, had probably the worst voice direction early on with the Cineloom dub.
Yeah, like, it got better over time, but...
Slowly but surely, yeah. However, thankfully, Nickelodeon actually got some star power, including Keke Palmer and Ariana Grande. Yes, that's Ariana Grande.
Which, honestly, she should have remained a voice actress and not become a singer.
Yeah, sadly, that entire thing with Ariana Grande is a discussion for another day. If we ever have that discussion.
But again, so sometimes the voice acting with that Cinelume dub, it could almost be almost along lines of warriors, hard ones.
Yeah, or possibly that one, is insanity the price to pay for power?
It's sanity, the price to pay for power.
Yeah, I think it almost became on those kinds of levels of meme worthy.
We don't need them around to filter and foster their memes any longer.
Okay, let's move along. It's okay, let's move along. In any case, a Nickelodeon brought Winx Club back into the public and also released a few dolls. I actually had a Believe X Bloom doll at one point, even though I was 18, but I didn't care.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's true. I also bought the first movie when it released on DVD, which we still have to finish that at some point.
Yeah.
But, we're going to. And so, Winx Club was mostly flying high, aside from the remnants of the 4Kids era, claiming Nickelodeon butchered their childhood, which is kind of ironic given 4Kids' track record.
Right.
But after season 4 is where things kind of went downhill. You haven't seen season 5, so you have no idea. Okay, so basically season 4 introduced a new fairy named Roxy, and she was the fairy of animals. But after season 4, she's kind of been pushed into the background more and more, to the point where she no longer exists in season 8. And season 8 is its own bag of worms to begin with.
So really, what's the point of introducing a new character if you're just going to put them aside?
Well, actually, fun fact, originally season 4 was was actually meant to serve as a sort of epilogue for the series, but then Nickelodeon came along and said, oh, no, we're going to help you make more seasons, and we're going to keep the show going, but on one condition. Roxy can't be featured because of branding. Or something along those lines. I don't know the entire conversation, but it was something along those lines, even though the fandom loved Roxy.
So I can imagine the fandom was pissed.
Oh, yes, and they were even more pissed at the direction the show was taking, where it seemed like it was just getting more and more kiddie, which unfortunately was cemented by season 6 being released online only, and re-airings were done on Nick Jr.
Oh boy.
And I don't know why. Winx Club was meant for all ages, but primarily for teenagers in middle school and high school. We could relate.
Yeah, so it's kind of a somewhat young adult series.
Yeah, but unfortunately Nickelodeon saw that it was animated. It had pretty fairies. We wanted to do it's got to be for kids because Tinkerbell.
And it's no, just because they're in fairies, and it doesn't mean it's a kid's show.
Yeah, plus, these fairies could kick ass.
I was going to say, looking at Aisha.
Yes.
My girl.
Yeah, which, of course, Tekna is my favorite. Even though, really, for a long time, it was Bloom until I matured, and I just grew to like Tekna more.
And honestly, I'll admit, the whole, liking Aisha is partially kind of a bias towards liking more badass female characters, but...
Hey, nothing wrong with that. We all have our things we like.
True. True. I mean, hell, for example, Undyne's my favorite character in Undertale, for example.
Yeah, that's true. And also, just a second, to chat, how's everyone doing? I see we've got four people in here. How is everyone doing? I'm sorry we kind of started off without letting everyone say how they were doing this fine Friday.
Come on, guys, don't be strangers.
Yeah. Okay, so I actually haven't watched season 6 in its entirety yet. I did watch a few episodes of season 5. Season 7 I finished the whole way through, and season 7 is really not as bad as everyone makes it out to be. I personally enjoyed it, even the one really kiddie episode, Baby Winx.
Oh, listen, we got a response from Next G. It's okay, I'm just kind of working and lurking here.
Ah, gotcha, not a problem. I just got that message over here too. For some reason my chat is delayed, but I'm sure it'll pick up.
It's weird because like there's a bit of delay with like the audio, but the chat seems to work in real time.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Like the stream itself is like 20 seconds behind us, but it's the best we could do. But in any case, okay, let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. Certain plot points after each season seem to be like forgotten. I think the Pixies were the one thing we saw on and off each season before they pretty much disappeared as of season 8, along with the fairy pets, Roxy Love and Pet Shop, Daphne, the Selkies, and of course the fairy animals. But the end of season 7 kind of justified the fairy animals no longer being around because of the Infinity Swan. It's probably one of the dumbest things ever conceived, and I don't know how to explain it. Okay, so like, you remember when I showed you the introduction of Tynix, Sakia, how they were talking about the ultimate power?
Yeah.
Okay, basically at the end of season 7, which by the way, spoilers everyone. so anyway, at the end of season 7, all the fairy animals effectively pool like all of their powers and summon this magical giant swan called the Infinity Swan, and it banishes other tricks into limbo, only for Valtor to summon them back in season 8. And it was just it was a whole weird ass thing. And no, Kalshara doesn't fight the Winx in the finale, even though you would think so. Instead, the tricks are brought back with their own magic animals. It was a thing. It was a weird thing. So, is there anything with Winx you'd like to talk about before we start talking about probably the most iconic bit of Winx Club?
I mean, really, I kind of already said what I kind of wanted to say. That's like, again, I didn't follow it as heavily when I was a kid, so it's like, I kind of only started recently getting back into it, or really, really into it, I mean.
Thanks to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, duh.
Okay, so let's talk about probably the most iconic part of the series, the transformations. Most of the transformations are pretty good, but some of them are just bad. Shall we start with the initial one, Magic Winx, or as the special tried to pass them off as, Charmix? I'm still salty.
It's the power of Charmix.
No, shut up! Okay, so basically...
Make me!
Okay. Ah, fuck. Okay, anyway, Magic Winx was effectively the base form that a fairy turns into when they're just starting out. Like, once they've sort of mastered their magic, they turn into Magic Winx, where they get their initial wings. And honestly, most of them are pretty good. I really don't like Techna, because I don't get what they were going for with that hat and the bodysuit, and her wings are just weird. But honestly, I would have to say my favorite is between Bloom and Aisha. Hang on a second. I'll actually get a picture of the forms just so the audience can follow along with what we're saying here. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
I already do. Duh. God, like, I can't believe how this is going. I'm sorry, guys. Like, all of this is literally on the fly. We are making this up as we go. I am so sorry. Okay, give me
Hey,
just...
nothing wrong with little improv.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, here we go. Magic Winx, aka the base form. So that's what this here is. Let me move it down a little bit. There we go.
Magic Winx and scene.
Okay, so on this picture, going from left to right, we've got Bloom, Stella, Flora, Aisha, Musa, and Techna. Techna's I really don't like. Like, I get she's supposed to be a fairy of technology, but they could have done that in so many other ways, I feel.
Yeah, like give her kind of mechanical-looking wings or something.
Yeah, like something kind of like steampunk or even cyberpunk. Not this weird glowing things which turn into some kind of paraglider when she wants to fly. That never made any sense to me.
But yeah, it's like, to be honest, I think cyberpunk wings would fit better, given that she's a fairy technology.
Oh yeah, that could have been so good.
And you...
I'm sorry, what? You glitched out.
Cyberpunk's pretty much all about that shit.
Yeah.
No, I said it's all about, cyberpunk's pretty much all about technology. like futuristic technology.
Yeah, that's true. As for my favorites, I would have to say Bloom and Aisha are tied for my favorite, even if Bloom's got way too much midriff showing
Oh my
there.
god, oh my god, that would be too easy of a joke.
What?
Because it's all about that tech, about that tech.
Yeah, that would be too easy. Okay, so next up
Anyway,
is.
I'll BRB.
Okay, no problem. Do you want me to keep going, or do you want me to wait for you and
Yeah.
just get the next
Yeah, go
image?
ahead.
Okay, next up is what we were singing about before, Charmix. Let me grab that image for you guys. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Do I not have Charmix? I guess I don't have Charmix. But then again, it's just Magic Winx with some accessories, so we don't need to see that. Okay, let me get rid of it. Oh, okay, so I guess next up would be Enchantix. Give me just a minute, guys. I am so sorry. Alright, let me get Enchantix. Here we go. Alright, Enchantix. Here we... Alright, come on. Okay, here we go. Enchantix. Probably the most iconic of the transformations. And unfortunately, when I was designing my OC's Enchantix, I got some flack for not having bottoms on the sandals. But as you guys can see, and as fans know, these quote-unquote sandals don't have any bottoms to them. And also, guys, like, judging by the outfits, like a chat, like, I'm curious, currently between Magic Winx and Enchantix, who has your favorite outfits? I'm genuinely curious to know this. Ugh. And at the same time, I'll work on getting the next slide.
There we go.
Alright, y'all good?
Yeah.
Excellent. In the meantime, I'm just...
Yeah, just figured I'd, me myself will use the little girl's room.
Oh yeah, no, that's okay. I'm actually giving the chat a chance to tell us, like, who has their favorite outfits. I figured I would give them a chance. Otherwise, this is just gonna be you and me talking, and I want the chat to be included.
Yeah, and honestly, just us talking might get kind of boring after a while.
Yeah, I was like, chat, please feel free to give your, like, opinions on the outfits. Don't be shy. We don't bite much.
Hard. you know, we just give little nibbles.
Yeah, like, that's all. Okay, so the question becomes, who is in the chat? Like, we know
I know
Next
Next
G
G is here.
I know Next G is here. I know you're here. Who else is here? Like, I'm gonna go take a look at who else is here. Because I'm just curious to know who else is in the chat. So let me see. Okay, let me see. Who do we got? Okay, let me see. We've got... I can't see who else is in the chat. It looks like I just got added in, but there we go. I just left. I guess for now we'll continue on to the next form, which is my personal favorite. That sound good to you, Sakuya?
Yeah.
Okay, next up we got Believix. To me, this is my favorite of the transformations. I love how the outfits are modern, but they're also mystical. But honestly, I don't like Musa's little underwear thing over tights that she's got going on. That's the one part of the outfits I don't like. And also Flora's is just a bit too simple. Oh boy, hang on guys, I'm getting a call. I'll be right back. Hey guys, so bad news. That was my mother on the phone, and she needs me to take care of something kind of important. So unfortunately, we are gonna have to prematurely cut the stream. I'm sorry, guys. I feel so bad about this. I wish I didn't have to do this to you, but hopefully, Monday before we start the reactions, we can finish this our discussion, even if we have to start over. I'm sorry. I feel so bad. That sound good to you, Sakia? This is something my mom needs me to do.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay then. Anyway, guys, I'll see all of you next time. Bye-bye.